the Alliance tier 3 when you had to ban a certain number of heroes, but they would always get something. That's kind of Team Liquid.
That's one of the coolest things about competition is it's like a conversation. Your opponent is going to get to do something, right? They are going to be able to get one of the heroes they want. Their team will be strong in some aspects, and it's about trying to figure out where yours slot in. I mean, talk to me about these first picks. Team Secret, Highlight Die, Rubik, and Spirit.
Secrets.
I mean, Rubik is just that's like their secret zone version of the Coddles and stuff. Yapster plays a really good Rubik, and they've noticed that Rubik can actually play as a 4, like these other like Sanking these heroes with a stun. Rubik is one of the few range heroes, like with the same insta stun.
He steals the other melee hero's stun, and then he's got 2 disables, right?
Infinite disables for the first pick.
Yeah, so he might actually be a bit of an underrated 4 right now. And then like the Spirit Breaker is supposed to be good against Coddle. But I don't know, when GH plays the Coddle,
it's like a different hero.
It just seems to work out every time, right?
I imagine, so both teams, Liquid dropping down to the losers bracket, Secret winning from the best of ones. I believe that's even, and so they actually do a coin flip to determine who gets first pick. So I would imagine Team Liquid, they can either choose first pick, second pick, Radiant, or Dire. I imagine they chose first pick. Secret then choosing Radiant. Next game, I imagine it'll be switched up, but they will, and then if there is a game 3, they'll do another coin flip.
Interesting.
That will determine who gets first pick, because that is the power pick. I'm pretty sure if Puppey had first pick in this situation, he would have picked Coddle for himself as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can deny Wisp, Coddle, and Earthshaker.
Because that is what IG did. They didn't take the Coddle for themselves, but they got the Shaker. They got the first pick, then they took the Shaker, and the other game that they beat them was when they picked up this Night Stalker. They gave the Coddle away and took the Night Stalker. But now we see the Liquid are they're preparing for this already. So they're banning out this Night Stalker and Nyx. Just so even when they get their Coddle, they know it'll be at its full potential, because these two heroes kind of make Coddle's life a bit harder. But now they kind of get, I think they get what they want here, Liquid.
Now Bristleback has, I believe this is the 3rd time in 4 total games that Mind Control will be on Bristleback, and a lot of his success comes down to how well he's been able to do in lane. If he has the great start, we saw that was the game that Team Liquid was able to have a very strong win at yesterday. But when he doesn't have farm, he's almost like a dud hero. Doesn't even exist in a lot of the fights.
Yeah, but with the Coddle and combination in lane, it's pretty difficult to shut down the Bristleback, so I imagine he's going to have a pretty decent laning phase.
I actually thought about this Necro though, because this is something I remember back in the day, back like a few months ago, when we were playing against Team Secret, everyone was playing this Coddle Bristle, and their counter to it is the Necrophos, because you build up so many wands against this hero, this Bristleback, and just if you ever just go into your second skill as a Necrophos, all you need is a wand, and you're set. You can sustain that lane alone, so it kind of negates a lot of what Coddle Bristle does. So that's one lane where they can't go, kind of.
Yeah, I mean the fact that Coddle can give so much mana to Bristleback. I mean Necrophos, the fact that what is the multiplier on his self heal when he uses his second ability? It's like 2x, 3x.
I don't know what it is, but when he uses it, he'll use the magic stick as well, and he'll be full.
And heal, yeah. He goes from pretty much like 5% to full.
The weird thing though is like, Necrophos should really not be a good hero against Coddle. With the mana leak and then like high nukes early game. Because I think what Liquid are going to end up doing here is they're going to basically tri-lane it. And like then they'll do that for a couple of minutes, and like if you're not careful, like level 1 Necrophos, like you don't got no stick, you don't have no W, like you're not doing anything.
We'll just have to wait and see, Mr. Pilot X. I don't know if I agree with you.
Yeah, I was on the kind of also.
Because we'll see how, like, Secret are going to pick a hero, right? And then Liquid are going to get one counter matchup here.
I'm sure Necrophos will get a little help. I don't think he'll be left alone.
No, they'll try.
Left alone.
They'll try lane versus try lane, but they have quilts and they have a 200 nuke.
Also, we talked a bit about we saw the Miracle video there, and now we have a 10K here. So
Yeah.
10 seconds.
What I think Secret can do, and to address what you were discussing as well, maybe their try-retry is a little bit weaker. But what they can have Rubik kind of help Necrophos and just have them survive that lane, and then Puppey on the Spirit Breaker can roam between the other lanes and force rotations out of Team Liquid's trial. Yeah. So picking up this Queen of Pain, a very aggressive hero in lane who can blink onto his opponent, hit him with the Shadow Strike, and with the Spirit Breaker charge in, it'll be difficult for Team Liquid's solo heroes to exist on lane.
Mid 1, 99% chance going to be on Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain, again, I've never heard a mid player not like playing Queen of Pain. It's nice, deals a lot of damage, great escapes.
This is Phantomless, right?
I think Secret are kind of lacking in tower damage right now. They need a hero to kind of be able to break towers. At some point they're going to have to, and it's Kezu's hero. And I'm not exactly sure which tower hitters he plays. I know he used to play a lot of Abaddon.
I know
Back in the day?
Yeah, Abaddon. I've also seen him play some Lone Druid.
Right. Do you think Loner is good here though?
No.
No,
They could
don't
do-
feel like it, right?
Furion.
They're still gonna be, yeah.
But they're going
Prophet
to
could
wait
work.
too. They want a good lane matchup as well. So. But yeah, they're going to need some build.
They could even do. I mean, I still feel like they could even do offlane Necro or something a little bit out of left field like that.
I feel like they wanna put that Necrophos against the Coddle Bristle.
Certainly, certainly. But then if you know that Caudle and Bristle are going to another lane,
Right.
the other lanes don't. They become 1v1 lanes or 1v2 at the worst. They're not really
Team
the
Secrets turn
traditional offlane versus the tri lane.
Yeah, I got it.
Ursa. Now, where do you think Ursa's going to be fitting into Team Liquid's lineup?
Matoma Man's gonna be playing him most likely in the safe lane.
They do switch things up a bit though. We've seen that a few times. The Matoma Man has gone mid with Ursa, but I don't really expect him to go mid with Ursa against Bob, and especially
Yeah.
not with this Spirit Breaker and potential of Rubik.
This is one of the tougher picks in the draft phase for any team. The fourth pick, when you have the first pick, you have to, first off, you pick your fourth hero, the other team bans, and then you ban, and then you pick your fifth. So you pick the Ursa in this fourth position because either you don't have to worry about showing your fifth hero because you have to show it before they react.
Yeah.
But you pick the Ursa because you're afraid of the other team banning it. And I don't really think Secret would have banned it because I don't think Ursa really matches up well against any of these heroes.
Oh, I see. Because there's two bans following it. The fourth pick is sort of a protection pick in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
You don't think that they like the Fusel Ursa against the Necro though?
That was what I
right?
was going to say.
Because
Diffusal is a really great item on Ursa, and you can pick that up quickly to
Oh gosh, yeah.
dispel the ethereal form from Necrophos.
yeah, I'm curious to see here what the Team Secret goes for in the last. I think Abaddon is maybe one of those heroes that they might go back for, and that was actually something that I was thinking about also because back when they did have a lot of success, I think Kezu was playing that hero a lot. He played Omni Knight a bit and Enigma, and he played a lot of these farming heroes that eventually do scale a bit, and I feel like that suits him.
Any hero in particular you're looking at by for either side?
Oh, I'm just trying to think about his Ursa, man. I guess you're going to snowball on this Necro.
What do you think Miracle would want up against this Queen of Pain matchup mid?
I thought it really wanted that Phantom Master. Secret Bandit now.
5 seconds remaining.
It's very thrown off by this Ursa, man. I'm just looking at her.
What about Ursa?
I mean, it's something they're like. I was thinking, yeah, maybe they go an aggro with the Ursa, but that's not good at all.
I mean, who even are mids that are solid against Queen of Pain in terms of matchup?
Puck is fine.
They can do some Dragon Knight and stuff like that, but
Dragon Knight's good too.
DK against Necro is a little bit iffy though, but yeah, DK could potentially work.
Turn to pick.
Instant pick.
Quick pick.
A
Puck
nice,
makes sense.
nice silence for good against Necro, good against Queen.
It's hard to play Spirit Breaker against as well. Kind of.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to bash a Puck.
Yeah, charge a puck.
Phase shift out.
Rubik though, instantaneous disable for Puck. Very good throughout the game.
5
Easily
seconds
lift
remaining.
Puck and Necro ult him and burst him.
So what's the big thing missing for Team Secret in their final pick?
We're about to find out.
Ranger announced.
Oh,
that's
right.
Wow.
oh,
Okay.
It's nice.
no, they're doing.
That is the Necro or Queen of Pain offlane for
Yeah.
Kezu, so
Right.
Probably.
score one for me.
It actually looks like it's empty on Quap, so it might actually be a safe lane, or
Yeah.
is he gonna go mid?
We've seen Necrophos in all lanes in this tournament.
You want the Drow Ranger to be protected.
Yes.
Right? And Queen of Pain in the side lane can easily get away from any Tusk shards or snowballs, so that makes sense to me.
This is kind of curious though. So is mid one then? He's playing the Drow, I assume,
Most likely.
because I don't see Kezu playing a Drow Ranger, right?
I agree. That's a Necrophos for
Yeah.
Kezu.
Yeah.
Well, we still haven't found out who mid one is going to be stepping into, but we'll be finding out in moments. Casters, take it away for game one with Team Secret versus Team Liquid.
It's a curveball here, Lumi, to round out the draft. I think we saw this at TI6, actually, that the times even first or second. Drow is not really at that point right now, and she does slip through here.
Yeah, she's kind of hit or miss. We've been seeing a lot more misses this TI round, and that's why, like you said, it's deep in this draft. This draft does feel very awkward. I feel like our panels and ourselves as well are not sure about how these lanes come. Things are a little bit awkward, Panel talked about how the Ursa can be big, getting the Diffusal Blade and going right on top of the Necrophos. But this is an off-lane Necro, so perhaps, you don't have to worry about him as much. He's not going to get as much farm or experience.
So many comfort picks in this draft,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's a Rubik first phase. Rubik just keeps on moving up in the draft. There was a point where they were picking it at the very end, either 4th or 5th. Then it started to be like, maybe your 3rd pick into the draft, and now it's first phase. Pretty soon it's going to be 1st overall or 1st band if YapzOr keeps on delivering. And, as I look at this match, I think it is worth mentioning that 3 of the fan favorite teams, at least 2 of them, I think favorites in most people's books to go deep in the tournament, are all probably going to be forced to skill the blink and jump away. Early harass taken here by the Queen of Pain, but Puppey revs up the charge. They want to secure this bounty rune. He is going to back down. Mid 1 ultimately will be handling the Drow. It's an offlane quap that leaves Kezu safe as the Necro.
Huh.
Are you surprised at all by the laning setup here?
Quite a bit, because I think the offlane co-op, especially now that they know that she's still blink, she has pretty much no power to really take over the lane. So they're going to charge on mind control. Not sure whether they could actually succeed, get the kill. They're gonna lift him back, give him the heal.
They're gonna try, but these quills are slowly stacking up. They're not that scary at level 1, and Secret's persistence pays off. Big grab for them. The Drow are likely the difference maker there with that bit of plus damage over a sustained period of time.
But very good block here on Marigold in the mid lane. Look at how Drow can't even actually walk up the lane CS. I mean, she can, but she'll just eat a lot of harass while doing so. This mid Drow to me is gonna be really, really hard. This is reason number 1. Curl is gonna just be a huge annoyance.
Miracle's actually got to be a little careful. There's a lift available. This charge is coming in. Hot and heavy. They've got the physical damage, and he goes down. Puppey coming in again with the punish. Could be a storyline this game as Curl almost dies as well. There isn't a whole lot to deal with this charge, especially early. Yeah, and it was a first, second overall pick, I believe, on the Spirit Breaker. Like they grabbed it first too. There's plenty of time to pick heroes that can deal with it, but Puppey already off to the races.
Yeah, I believe we casted a Team Secret game during the group stage, and they, again, just early picked Spirit Breaker. It wasn't effective at all in that last game because the opponent just drafted around the Spirit Breaker, made sure that you have an ample amount of stuns, but Team Liquid evidently more worry about other stuff, and the Spirit Breaker is going to be effective this game.
I think later on, he may fall off a lot because at that point the puck becomes very elusive, right? You have the snowball save in the larger fights as they do. Again, make their move onto this puck. The silence has already been skilled up, and Miracle may go down. He will again. It's the trifecta for Puppey. But yeah, in theory, Lumi, right? Later on, Bristle is great against the charge because he's just so tanky. You don't really want to go on him first, in theory. The Ursa also has the Enrage to kind of get out of that. You have the snowball save, puck is elusive, but this early game, there's really not great solutions for Puppey's movement.
And because they're doing so well on the mid lane, Team Secret is able to force a 1v1 for the top lane. You were asking me, how is this Queen going to do? I thought she was going to be in a 1v2 situation and she's not going to get it a lot, but look at her, 1v1 against a melee hero, 2 points into Shadow Strike. It's going to be Matumba Man, actually, that's having a tough time in the lanes.
Well, a mild advantage now for Secret with the 3 kills, stretching to about 1,000 golden experience. Let's take a moment here as it seems the full-on kills will slow down. Puppey out of mana, so no charges coming until he gets this clarity, but or some sort of mana regen. But what are the overall game plans for these 2 respective lineups? How do they look to execute heading towards the mid-game?
Well, whenever you have a Drow lineup like Team Secret does, you definitely want to pull ahead in the laning stage. They have done that mostly from the mid lane. And of course, getting levels for his support is going to be absolutely crucial for Team Secret as well. Rubik wants level 6. Spirit Breaker definitely wants level 6 as well. And of course, step number 3 for Team Secret is make sure that you can protect your Drow Ranger in the mid-game by getting items that could put her away from the enemy heroes. There's a lot of gap closers from the side of Team Liquid. You got the Snowball in, you got the Blink Puck, you got the Blink Ursa. So multiple Force Staffs needs to be farmed on the side of Team Secret.
MP getting his levels in the soft lane, but still under duress as Kuroki coming in. Took quite a few Fury Swipe auto attacks. The Ursa has excellent move speed, so was able to close the gap, but they make the rotation now. Puppey, as well as Yap, grouping up. There is a ward here scouting out this movement, so Secret, the top lane, probably not one they can find easy kills on. This will open things up for Miracle as comes back mid. He's still right there in CS, and in fact, CS overall, going pretty well for Liquid. Mind Control getting a ton out of the off lane in the 2v1 as you would expect. And up top even, still Matumba Man, even on CS with the Queen of Pain, despite the Drow aura. It's not by any means a complete rout here early, just the kills that are really dictating the advantage.
Yep, meanwhile, the game plan for Team Liquid moving forward, every time they draft the Keeper of the Light on GH as well as the Bristleback together, it's just group up and push.
Get that eggs.
Yeah, it might not come in 15 minutes, but it will come as soon as the Aghanims is finished. Generally around the 18 to 22 minute mark, you get the mech on the Bristle or a pipe, you know, any kind of good group up and pushing item, and Team Liquid will just bring the fight to you. Remember that game 2 yesterday we casted versus IG? As soon as they finish the Aghs, the game just turned into a different phase of the game.
They're trying to cinch this noose on Matumba Man as they wrap around. Puppy in the trees. They don't have the vision right now. He pokes his head out, but continues to play it safe. So seems to recognize something is up. Finally, the charge goes elsewhere. It's on to Kuroki. 2 old friends about to butt heads, and Yapzor coming in with that bonus drow damage. Will they have enough to get the kill here? They're certainly going to try to make Kuro's life sad. Gets lifted up, tossed back down, still holds the snowball, but now the drow joins the party, and Kuro gets ganged up on. He'll fall. Miracle has to back away.
I think Kuro, the reason he kept walking towards this hill, he wants to ice shard across the ramp and get vision and then snowball away. But didn't go for the
Top lane, meanwhile, big dive onto Matumba Man, and Puppy does it again. 5 charges, 5 kills.
Well, so far, I gotta say, there's a battle between the captains. Puppy's winning it. He single-handedly winning the mid lane, which is allowing him to win the top lane as well.
If he wasn't getting these charges, I think Secret would be getting run over. They're still down on CS, almost across the board.
Yeah, and that's with Drow Aura.
That's with Drow Aura,
Yeah.
and that's with the 5 kills. Crucial that he's having this fantastic start.
Now, we do see Necro being matched up against the Bristleback a lot of times. And I think the bottom lane is showing why Necro is generally considered as a quote-unquote good counter to the Bristleback. Obviously, Reaper Scythe is a good answer in terms of killing the Bristleback, but also you have a lot of Magic Wand charges readily available to you. And like something that Panel brought up is you pop that Ghost Shroud and then you just heal back to full. 1.75 amplification when it comes to the heal. KeZu shouldn't die too much in the lane stage.
Yeah, Liquid, at least on this particular dual lane, don't have any way to stop that. No silence down here, no stun of any kind. Perhaps with a rotation from a core, they could change the equation. It's looking relatively good here early for Secret. We do jump out to a bit of a lead. See our 6-minute runes spawning soon. The Radiant Scan comes out. Perhaps trying to detect if that Keeper Light is stacking and actually mind control the one to do it. As he will drag creeps away, and he not get the next stack, just a tiny bit late. Still though, fairly big chunk of gold here available to be claimed. Is that something you see Secret looking to contest? Like, can they run into the Ancients and take fights there?
Not without destroying the tier 1 bottom and getting a kill right before that. And honestly, their heroes are not very good at stealing stacks. I mean, Queen of Pain could scream, and KeZu could maybe Death Pulse, but probably not. I think Team Liquid will be getting away with that stack.
Miracle has hit 6 now, so they give the mid lane, at least initially, to Yapzor charge. Coming through, they get the lift off, they time it just right with the charge, but now Kuro comes in. Could get the snowball save, he is going to dodge the stun, but he rolls his buddy forward. Miracle has the Invis rune. We'll get back to safety.
Wow.
Even the shard block, Kuro showing.
Kuro?
He learned a thing or two. They're still chasing though. Now the charge in again, just got the vision. Puppy committed with the bash. He gets the edge again, 6-0. Puppy has been in every single kill.
I mean, the sad thing for Kuro is that he did everything right there. He snowballed to save the puck. He made sure that he got the shard off.
He dodged the Drow silence as well.
Everything, but
didn't matter.
Yeah, the chase was there, 3v2 advantage. And this shows you the weakness of the Keeper of Light in terms of being able to have a plan B, right? Normally when your other lanes are having trouble, you know, you could rotate your support, but Keeper is just not that type of hero. He just have to worry about his own game plan.
They are giving this mid lane to Yapzor. He goes in again with the lift. Now the silence coming out. Charge, but it's a long way to dive, and they actually do get ushered away, even forcing out a TP reaction. Matumba Man wants to join the party. Puppy instantly snapping the coil. And Matumba Man is going to back off. Seems he may rotate bottom instead. And there's no Radiant Vision. This KeZu could be in danger, but remember, he does have to Ghost Shroud. He's got a full wand. With the Rain of Health, with the max Death Pulse, the heal will be enormous. And while Diffusal Blade later on could be a solution, KeZu doesn't have too much to worry about now as that bottom rune spawns. Puppey again with the charge. He goes onto GH. He is real committed, and he keeps on finding these kills. Another takedown. Give Puppey 7. Somebody stop this man already. Finally, it's YapzOr who pays the price. Normally the other way around, and now Puppey on the run. He's got to charge out of here. Could be his ticket home. No mana on Kuro. He's going to have to move soon, though. He goes for the man fight. Charge out. Snowball was not available. Lacks the mana for it. Pretty rare you see YapzOr die. Normally it's like his core dies mid, and he's the one just soaking up the experience.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's playing the squishy Rubik.
This is a role reversal. He's usually the one dying repeatedly, and YapzOr just raking in the gold and the experience. Charging in again. Why not? Fool me once, fool me twice, but fool me 7 times. Make it 8. A clinic from El Capitan.
I'm surprised that Miracle got hit by that. Yeah, sure, it came from fog, it came from an awkward angle, but generally he's, you know, that very mechanically skilled player that could phase that kind of initiation. But
Now top! Woo!
Sonic
MP
Wave.
scoring the kill. Puppey there just for a little moral support.
You know, coming in here, I think a lot of people say, look, Team Liquid is perhaps the better team. They did better in the group stage, but if there's one thing that this TI has taught me is group stage is just behind us now, you know. What matters is this is one best of 3, and Puppey is doing a very excellent job at putting his team ahead in this game 1.
So Secret have had a fantastic start, Lumi. That's a big secret here. What is the next step for them? You mentioned they're a pushing lineup. Are they ready to start pushing? Do they group up? Do they split push? Are they waiting on certain items? Like, what is the next step in the master plan here?
They want to be able to push in a very safe manner. You don't want to push and then have Ursa jump in the middle of you and just die. So first, you want to have force staff on pretty much all of your heroes. As we see a charge going right on Miracle, there's that phase dodge. And now Puppey might be in a little bit of trouble. Coil's going to get used, and they have the double damage on Miracle. It's activated. Puppey might be giving away a kill. He does. That is a killing spree streak. And now YapzOr, perhaps a little bit of trouble. He goes in. Silence, not going to hit, and not going to be enough here, as now he's taking a ton of right-click damage. Mid-1, revenges his captain.
Miracle, death number 4. He had a terrible showing against IG in the upper bracket. Just, you look like he had the Monkey King game where he was really underfarmed the whole time. Game 3, even, he felt just a bit low impact. They got his Invoker in game 1. That didn't work out. And again, struggling here. Like, the game plan has been prey on Miracle, keep him off balance, and so far, it seems to be working. Can this puck come back? Is trying to rush towards the Veil. And certainly Liquid, a very mid-game focused lineup, right? Like, they've got the Ursa as a core, they're not running a hard carry, they're running a Bristleback offlane. All these heroes want to take skirmishes around this 10 to 20 minute mark.
They're very reliant on that early blink on the puck. Because, you know, look at your damage swords. It's a Bristleback as well as an Ursa. You need some form of control to allow these heroes to go in and dish out the damage. And that's supposed to be Miracle, and to a certain extent, the Tusk. The fact that Miracle is so far behind now just means that, you know, your allies are just going to be that much less effective. So I think a lot is riding on the Miracle puck, and so far he's not delivering.
Right, it's not like, oh, he's dying a lot, but he's not really an important part of their game.
Right. And normally when Miracle is having a tough game, he's on heroes like Invoker, who buys Midas, who could use Sunstrike as a catcher mechanism. But Puck, I know, it's just tough. You just got to hit creeps.
You pick Puck to have a solid early game.
Right.
Especially if you're going to commit it to mid and commit a Tusk to trying to support him. At any rate, Miracle will have to claw his way back into the game. Meanwhile, YapzOr has managed to steal the level 3 shards. Given that Secret picked it up so early, Lumi, I want to ask you, like, how good of a Rubik game does it look to you right now? Do you think this is a game where YapzOr can have that huge impact and take over?
In terms of the spells that he could steal, there's not anything like game breaking, like Fissure or you know,
Sand Stun.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. But it's more about his positioning. Ice Shard to me is probably the most game breaking spell. Like, he could also have, I think, Chakra Magic is pretty decent for himself or for his ally. But it's more about the fact that when you pick it first pick for your team, you don't give away any strategy, you know? Rubik is...
Here we go. Trying to set up on Kuro here. The charge comes through. The lift is timed right, but Puppey gets pushed out of the shards. The shards are saving grace until MP rushes in. He's got his ult available. They're going to have to chain him down. They can't quite do it. Even the uppercut, probably not enough. MP could die for Kuro. He doesn't have the blink ready. Now he does. And he will blink away to safety. Probably could have saved that scream, blinked on Kuro, gotten the kill. May have paid with his life, though. And MP, normally a very low-risk, safe player. He is the space creator for this team. He's going to score them a kill there. So tier 1 down mid now, and Secret off to the races with that 6,000 gold advantage. They start to group up. They start to threaten towers. Liquid not looking like they want to contest this, at least not yet.
They can't contest it. Honestly, I don't think they're able to fight into Team Secret right now. At best, they should go for tower trades. They are. Ice Charge on the mid lane finds mind control. The charge is going to be in there. They have the lift available as well. No Sonic Wave though. They will have the Reaper Scythe, and it's going to fly up and chop his head.
Easily dealt with. He had about 1,200 gold there, but hadn't spent it yet, so a whole lot squishier. Had not picked up the cloak, and meanwhile, in the Roche pit, a crucial time for Matumba Man to get bashed, but mid one, not wise to it. He will snag that Aegis. They'd rather go for this Kuroki kill. Snowballing up, trying to roll away. Puppy's there. Just needs a bash to score the kill with MP's help. Not even the bash required, as it turns out. So while they get the Roche, really have to ask, is it even worth it for Liquid, giving up so much else elsewhere?
I think they were going to give up those kills regardless. And it was lucky for Matu that he didn't get bashed to death by Roshan. It looked like that might have happened. But
what's going to stem the bleeding for Liquid? You mentioned the puck blink. He does opt to get it now, delays the Veil, which Miracle was choosing for, or initially aiming for. Is this it? Is this blink going to change the game?
it has to. It's looking like it's going to be harder and harder as there are more and more Force Staffs being built on the side of Team Liquid. And GH is not rushing towards that Aghanim Scepter either. He feels so in danger by these heroes that he has to go for a Force Staff himself. So that timing push I talked about that Team Liquid will eventually go for, that is also delayed.
Tumba Man, he just got done picking up this Aegis, and now he's about to lose it. Charge gives the vision with the help of the creeps, and the kill secured. Now grabbing the overpower. Get ready for this coil. But Miracle comes in, drops the 4-hero coil. No follow-up whatsoever. Does get Fuzzy Wuzzy back to safety, but still Aegis blown. And all the while, Drow farming away. It's still Secret on offense. Miracle pulling out all the stops just to slow down this push. And to be fair, it is tough to push into the Keeper, tough to push into the Puck. But nonetheless, the rest of the map can be farmed freely.
Not if you kill heroes first.
Insta-smoke. And now the move onto Matumba. No vision right now. But they might get it soon. They've got that ward, and he just walks in range of it. Puppy set up. He thinks about the jungle. Doesn't have the vision out, but they know he's up the hill. Dire vision is lacking down this ramp. They could probably catch him out, and Yapzor's the first man up. He actually lifts the Bristle instead, pulling him back. And they say, no, we don't want to go on these tanks. Let's chill.
Yeah. I think if he lifted the Ursa, maybe he could force a kill, but I think Bristleback was the first person he saw.
Very risky around the shrine to be overcommitting there.
Well, I'm glad that Miracle has not gone for the standard Veil first. Instead, he goes back to the Blink. I already issued, how important it is for him to set up ganks for his allies. But it's still, they need a little bit more here from Team Liquid. They need the Ursa Blink, and they need Mind Control to get tanky. For Team Liquid, if they could make sure that the game stays the way it is now, where they don't give up too many kills, yeah, sure, they're getting out-farmed, and maybe they're losing a tower every once in a while, but they just need time. They're getting a little bit of it right now.
Yapzor lurking in the tree line mid. Loves to rush the Blink on the Rubik, but this game he is picking up the Yules, and I mean, what a great Yules game it is with the Puck silence. You've also got the Ursa with just the constant threat of that burst damage. A good way to kite him and control him, so he's opting to change up the build here.
Yeah, very strong defensive item against the sidelines, like you mentioned. Mono Leak in the future. Ursa jumping on you is also good.
Here we go. Mind Control in the mid lane showing himself, and Liquid are going to summon the reinforcements. GH crying out to his team to come and defend, but it's slow chip work being done here. Tumba Man TP's home. Secret still holding the high ground. Getting back to safety. They'll shove out this top lane. Only lost the 1 tower so far. 2-tower advantage for them around the map.
I think we're starting to see perhaps a weakness of Team Secret's draft. They're ahead so much. They've done so well in the laning stage, yet they're really unable to punish Team Liquid for kind of this slow and perhaps somewhat greedy game plan.
Their only initiation really is the charge for now.
I mean, they're picking up a couple of Yule Scepter. You talked about Rubik getting one, and Queen of Pain is also getting one. It's not the best initiate, but
Yapzor, the trap sprung mid. MP winding up the ult and getting the punish out. Steals the Waning Rift, catches Miracle off guard. Absol just keeps on styling on him. Impressive stuff. Now looking towards top where they are trying to bring down GH. Really wants to front up this X. He's so close to the point booster.
Oh, missing.
MP does miss on the screen, but there's no teleport scroll. The 4 staff's on cooldown. Likely GH still going down. Tries to eat his way through the trees, but one tree stands between him and escape. Will be denied here. Lost quite a bit of unreliable gold too.
Yeah, that hurts when you're trying to, build up towards your Ags. GH is going to be out there. He has to be out there farming towards his Aghanim Scepter. And as a result, he puts himself in harm's way to things like charge, all of these Yule Scepter initiations, as well as the Queen of Pain.
Secret are definitely being patient here, though, where that early aggression was borderline reckless as far as how committed they were. Now they slow things down. We see Kezu farming up the enemy agents, also in doing so, trying to deny these to the Bristleback. And the rest of the team spreading the map, so they're not really playing with huge urgency, feeling like they have to force the tempo. Now grabbing the Shadow Blade. So again, Secret not particularly committed to items that let them 5v5. They still want to be able to split push here. As the Yule Scepter is now en route. Lots of kiting, lots of ways to just reset fights, Lumi. You mentioned the Ursa, but it's also the Bristleback. Both of these heroes are melee. Both of them need to chase for a while to secure kills, and Secret continue to get better and better at backing away and taking a more favorable engagement.
I think this is the calm before the storm. The next big point of contention is when Roshan is going to be spawning. And look to Kezu. He's trying to finish a Medallion Courage before that happens. If Team Secret could take away the Aegis from the Roshan, from the Ursa team, that is going to be a big boost to the push.
Oh, speaking of which, Medallion grabbed by the Necro here, so might be a tell that they do indeed want to contest. Obviously evasion, fantastic against Ursa. He wants to upgrade that to a Solar Crest, and now the charge. Puppey finds Kuro. Story of this game. Does it again. Now the lift back, the bash as well, and with the Necro ult, Kuro goes down once more.
Very good chain stun from Team Secret. Make sure that there's no any snowball shenanigans. And I think very important for somehow Team Liquid to get out of the map and play some wards around the Roshan. We're going to see a charge happening on the bottom side against Miracle. He blinks into the trees. He's out.
He's out, but GH, he's not. Gets silenced up. Mid one, gonna take him down solo. It looks like Kazu getting into position with the nuke and will snag the last hit. Secret just constantly finding these pickoffs. 17-2. And Liquid have the run at you draft. I mean, they have the heroes that want to be up in your face, constantly fighting and killing you, and they're just running for dear life.
I mean, this run at you draft doesn't start with minute 0, right? Like, they need items to run at you. And
they're always one item behind, it seems.
yeah, Bristleback is the truest level 1 running at you.
Link in, big commitment for MP, but he's got the Yules. And now Drow comes in from the side, working on this Ursa, keeping him caged up for now. The Quapple committed. They take the bear down, claws ripped out of his claws, and now Liquid being pursued in full force as MP dives onto mind control, forcing him back, turns to just lob out the goo. Yeah, Storm position, there's the shards, Catchy's done it again, but the 4th step of GH gets him out of there. Still, towers can't be pushed away. Another one falls to this relentless Secret offense. They turn their attention bottom. They are looking for the last outer tower on the map.
Because they are so far ahead, every time they win these fights, they're not too low in HP. They have an Urn running on Puppey. And they're going to just keep on running, like you said. That's 6 outer tower. I mean, if you talk about the successes of a Drought lineup, this is it, right?
And
22 minutes.
And they've lost 1.
Yeah.
They've only lost that bottom tier 1. 5 tower lead now for Secret. And you talked about the importance of the next Roche. God, it gets hard for Liquid to take it now.
Yeah.
It's going to be a real, almost like Cloud9 level Roshan attempt.
This is the Cloud9 one, right? Like, you just go in.
Go in solo.
Hope nothing happens.
We've seen this go several ways in the past, as Matumba Man just prays not to get bad.
It's going well right now.
So far, so good.
Does Puppey have the game sense?
They
Check
are
it out.
caravanning, but it's down towards mid. I mean, to be fair, I don't know how much this Aegis actually matters for Matumba Man. Tries to finish the roast. He will commit his ultimate, scores it, but
Get out,
Secret
get out,
are in position.
get out.
Puppey's coming through. He blinks to the north. MP on the chase.
They have Yules to pick him up, but he just flogs him. All right, he's fine. I mean, you say how, you don't know how much this Aegis and She's matter, but
it's very important.
it's gold
Secret don't get
and experience that Team Liquid just got, and they are starved on both.
Yeah, we'll see if the Ursa can do much in the next fights, but at the very least, you don't have to worry about killing someone on Secret twice.
Yeah. It's very clear what Liquid's game plan is by the way that they're itemizing. Look at Puck. He goes for Blink and second item Boots of Travel. This is him trying to say, look, the only way we're going to come back in this game is split push. We have to just get out on the map. Sure, we're going to get caught sometimes by the Drow Ranger with her Shadow Blade, with, by Spirit Breaker with a charge, but we still have to get out there, stretch the map open, and just drag out this game. 10 complete is a lot at this point in the game. Less so in maybe 10 to 15 more minutes.
The 420 strat. That's the plan here. This is gonna
Still though, 19-2, man. This is...
I know. He's got to bide his time for a while. It's a Puck with no Midas, so... And no kills, really, to speak of. Only level 14, 24 minutes. We have seen them a lot higher in past matches. So Liquid, very much tucked back inside their base now. Secret freely roaming about the map. They did complete the Solar Crest on Kazu, so they gain a way to deal with the aggression of this Ursa. Now it looks like he's queuing up the E-Blade. The Diffusal Blade was talked about as a potential tool, but Tumba Man, not even that close to it. Still only has one Blade of Alacrity. It's just Liquid really needing items.
I think the bigger point to talk about is that GH is more than halfway to the Ags. And Team Liquid really plays very differently once they have the Aghanim Scepter on Keeper. You just have a vision advantage all of a sudden, half the time during the game. You get to push. That sustain is pretty powerful. We're going to see a charge to start things off, and this is a smoke charge.
Puppy's running into 5. Kuro will finally exact his revenge, it seems. That was a satisfying uppercut.
Well, Team Secret is going to respond by just hitting your tier 3. MP just blinks on the high ground, says, I see all 5 of your heroes. You better back up now. And forces at least one TP.
Liquid going for the trade here as they work on that tower, but in the top lane, that catches the Puck. Miracle down again. 6 deaths, only 2 kills to his name. Secret continue to prey on him and now prey on the towers as well. They launch a volley of auto attacks into it,
be a tier
forcing
3.
out the glyph. It might even be more without the Puck, without the buyback.
There are no teleport scrolls.
That's their team fight. I mean, we talked about Cloud9, Lumi. No TPs. It's far too much Cloud9 for Liquid's liking now as they try to dive onto mid 1. Kuro the sacrifice. Mind Control now has to back away. The melee Rax is dropping rapidly. Glyph already committed. They pump the damage in. They're about to get the kill and they might get more. Kezu has the ult. Waiting for the moment here. Doesn't want to blow it on the Aegis.
Oh no!
Yul Scepter not timed right. The quad ball comes through. They still pop that Aegis. They still get the follow-up kill. 4 of Liquid have fallen, and Puppy once more, charging in deeper, looking for the bash on GH. He needs some goddamn help, and he's not gonna get it. Down he goes. Secret making it look easy against Liquid. The full lane of Rex caved in, and straight on towards mid.
They're pinging for mid. They don't want to back off. The 2 heroes are dead, blinking in. Silence. They lift up the Puck. The Puck is dead. Your charge going in, just disabling multiple heroes.
Another one perhaps as Kuro tries to kick him away, but he pays with his life. Now the tower.
This is game.
In shambles. The game likely over. Liquid are on the verge of elimination after dropping this one. They have no buybacks. They have no miracle. They need more than a miracle now. Already the 3rd lane about to melt. Secret basically flawless here on the big stage. One last fight. That's all they've got in them. They'll come in now with Matumba. Desperation, but quickly kited. Yul's up. Mind Control being slowed. Now the charge forward. The end is nigh. Chewing through the Ursa, he enrages, but he's not going anywhere. They're unafraid. This Necro, ghost form for now, keeps him alive, and they can do naught but walk away. Back to the Rex, back to objective. Secret, melee to drop. Momentarily, Liquid 1 Rex away from being mega'd at 27 minutes. Miracle jumps in, but again, it's the silences. They prove his downfall. They get 1 kill. Hold on. Do they get more? MP now. BKB expended, Scream, commitment, Matumba has fallen, Miracle could be next, just right-clicking him down, Kuro can't do it fast enough, he might die as well, Miracle juking out, taps the shrine, tries to keep Kuro alive, it's a triple for Matumba, Liquid hanging on by a hope, maybe by a prayer, mid 1 whiffs the 4-staff, Hurricane Pike won't get him back to safety, but the Shadow Blade will, and Secret, well, they salvage. I mean, at the end of the day, Lumi, it's GG, and Liquid know it. They get one last scrappy fight. But God, Puppey just slaughtered them with that Spirit Breaker.
Do you think this is the draft where, you know, they saw Spirit Breaker second pick and they're like, okay, well, we're not going to respect it? Because they could easily pick a whole bunch of stunners and be like, hey, you know, you're not going to do much in the laning stage.
I mean, you could see that they had an idea about how to deal with it. They're like, let's pick tanky cores that are very difficult to burst the earth to the bristle, but he caught them off guard too much. The Puck also, while he's very elusive later on, those first couple levels, low level phase shift or no phase shift, the timing was also great. Like, you have to credit Secret's execution here. They would always time that lift to ensure that the charge hits. And that combo did seem to catch Liquid off guard repeatedly.
I don't think it's just that too. They also put the mid one Drow Ranger. How often do you put Drow Ranger mid when you have heroes like Queen of Pain as well as Necrophos on your team? The fact that Drow was able to silence to extend that chain stun, if you will, against the Puck was a big part of it. Miracle struggling in the lane. I think he was 1-4 in the laning stage, 0-4. I don't know what the score was, but
I'll honestly say this entire main stage, I have not seen one of those big Miracle like games where he just takes over, outskills his opponents. I mean, he mentioned he just doesn't, he lives in the moment. We saw that from the player profile, but we're not really feeling his presence in the game here, and they need him to step up.
yeah, a big part of it is, you know, Team Liquid always puts him safe lane sometimes, mid lane some other, but he needs to adapt and fast.
Well, if anyone can get their heads back in the game, it just might be Coach Heen. We'll find out. But right now, Secret have Liquid on the ropes. They lead 1-0.
Story time. We were outside, we analyzed the drafts, and the